Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the first chapter of Civics, that is the Constitution of India. Let us start with the first topic of the chapter, that is law. So what is law? Law is all about rules and regulation. What is rules and regulation? It is a discipline measure that led our life in a systematic manner. To explain this, let us take the example of cricket. Why do you think the umpire has given free hit for the batsman? Yes, the bowler has crossed the crease completely, which is considered as no ball. You all know the rules of the cricket. Similarly, in football, the players should not touch the ball with his hand. In every game, we have such rules, and these rules help define the game and helps us distinguish one game from the another. Do we have such rules in the society? Yes. Like this game, a society also have constitutive rules that make it what it is and differentiate it from other kinds of societies. In large societies in which different communities live together, these rules are formulated through consents, and these consents are written down in the document. A written document in which we find such rules is called Constitution. Second topic is all about Constitution. So what is Constitution? It's a body of law in which rules and regulations are framed. Do you know the Constitution of India was decided by a team of 300 people under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. It took 3 years to write Indian Constitution and finally came into force on the 26th January 1950, the day India celebrates as Republic Day. It is a body of law in which state or nation is governed by the government of the country. That means, along with the rules and regulation, it also provides guidelines to the government how to govern a country. In simple words, the term constitution tells us what is right and what is wrong, what we should do and what are the things we must follow. It also enumerates the rights and the duties of the citizen. Every government have to function according to the laws laid down in the constitution. To explain constitution, let us take the example of India. If in India, constitution is not there, then what will happen? All the crime activities will increase, such as murder, extortion, kidnapping, rape, etc. So to stop these crimes, constitution is there. That's why we call it as a body of law. Why we need a constitution? Constitution is needed for the proper functioning of a democratic government. What is a democratic government? It is a government formed by the people, for the people, and of the people. It protects the rights and interests of the citizen, and that is what Constitution does. Constitution defines the rule and power, duties of the MLAs, MPs for the smooth functioning of the government. And these MLAs and MPs are elected by the people, for the people, and of the people, and they are also known as representative. Any democratic government over the globe do the social welfare of the society. Now let us talk about the major functions of the Constitution. The Constitution lays out certain ideals that form the basis of the kind of government that we as a citizen aspire to live in. A Constitution is a set of rules and principles that the entire population of a country can agree upon. Let us understand it with the example of our neighboring country, Nepal. The country of the Nepal has witnessed several people struggle for democracy. There was a people struggle in 1990 that established democracy. But the constitution rested the final authority with the king. After a people's movement for a long time in 2006, they finally succeeded in putting an end into the powers of a king. they have to write a new constitution in order to establish Nepal as a democratic country. Why do you think people did not want to obey the 1990 constitution? The Nepal population did not want to continue with the previous constitution because it did not reflect the ideals of the country that the people wanted it to be. While moving from a monarchy to a democratic government, constitution plays a crucial role in laying out certain guidelines that govern decision making. Thus, the second important purpose of a constitution is to define the nature of a country's political system. In a democracy, we choose our leaders so that they can exercise power responsibly on our behalf. But do you think that the leaders do not misuse their authority? Let us look at this classroom to get the answer. Rohan, the class monitor, does not have a good relation with his classmate Arun. Rohan always puts a false complaint against Arun. As the responsibility of minding the class is rest upon the class monitor Rohan, Arun is often punished by the teachers for no reason. Similarly, there is always a possibility that a leader in a political system might misuse their power. How do you think this can be prevented? In a democratic societies, the constitution often lays down rules that guard against this misuse of power by our political leaders. In the case of the Indian Constitution, many of these laws are contained in the section of fundamental rights. We call right to equality that says no citizen shall be discriminated on the grounds of religion, race, caste, gender and place of birth. Why this right to equality concept came into the constitution? This is because of the ancient Indian society structure, that is caste system. Hierarchy structure of caste system. Brahmins have divided our social society into the four groups. So Brahmins were at the top. It consists of priests and teachers. Kshatriyas were the second, that is warrior and ruler. Vaishyas were the third, farmers, traders and merchants. At last, Shudras, they were also known as Dalits, consist of laborers, street sweepers, latrine cleaners. So, on the basis of the occupation of the people, this caste system was divided into this four groups. And in this caste system, there was not a single equality we can say. Brahmins used to dominate over the Dalit. They used to treat them like slaves. Protect minorities and their rights. This is the other function of the constitution. Look at the another situation. The class teacher of class 8A takes the students to the playground, but some students started arguing with each other for playing football and cricket. The class teacher decides to settle the problem with a show of hand. The kids go for the cricket as there are more students who play cricket. The boys and girls who opt for football are disappointed. They are always deprived for their practicing as they are less in number. Who is minority in the example? What would you have done if you were the class teacher? The students playing football are in the minority group. The teacher could have solved the problem by dividing the time for both cricket and football. Such unhealthy situation can occur in a democratic society, where the majority can continuously dominate over the minority. Every society is prone to this type of domination of the majority. Hence, the constitution always contains the rules to ensure that the minorities' rights and interests are protected. Let's look at the another example of constitution. Everyone in Shobha's house is watching the cricket match except Shobha. She is studying for the test. But she is also tempted to watch the cricket because of the noise of the television. She comes out from her study room to know whether somebody is out or it is a six. Then Shobha's parents make a decision to switch off the television. Why do you think Shobha's parents decided to not to watch the match. Though all of them want to watch the match, Shobha's parents switched off the television so that their daughter does not get distracted from her studies. This is very usual in every family. Parents take decision or well-being of the children in a wider context. Similarly, at a large scale, Constitution protects us from certain decisions which only a few people can take, but they have an adverse effect on the large principle that the country believes in. Thus, we need a constitution to save us from ourselves.